Oh, cool. Well, at least you're down to like tweaking it now. I mean, the overall hookup looked awesome. The the guy in particular, I thought was just super cool. Yeah, I'm sure. No, the dude is super cool. I like him. That's a good. He looks really, believable and fits the whole vibe you're going for of the cool 8-bit dude. Man, what the hell happened here? It's not my intent to end up with a pig face part on this motorcycle. What the hell? But we'll coat it in wires, and you'll only see it from side angles. So we'll see what happens. Alright, it looks like we got, like, here's a piece we can put in. Give me a cylinder. The nice thing with like cylinders, I missed the bolts. Oh, you probably meant bolts. Yeah, I grabbed those guys. I can show you that real quick if you haven't used that add-on. Hop over to this layer. So what you do is you go up here to user preferences, add-ons, type in bolt, and you'll get the AddMesh Bolt Factory. And it has lots of real awesome goodies in there. And you just do add mesh like you normally would do, and then you'll have a new bolt down here. And let me zoom in on it. And before you modify it, like any of these add mesh add-ons, you have all these controls over here on the left, so you can come over here and you can create a nut, you can create a bolt, you can change if you want like a plain no head, if you want an Allen hole. Not sure why that Phillips cut isn't working right now. It has worked in the past. Maybe this version's got something gooned up. But on the bike, the Allen key is pretty handy. That's pretty common on motorcycles. And then yeah, you can come in here and you can change all these settings and change the shank lengths if you want more of those, like a long industrial bolt that slides through a beam or something with a smooth part, and then has your threads, so you can change that. You can change how long the thread length is. You can change how tall this is. So you have more of a lug, a lug style, like you find on a car. You have countersunk. Yeah, whenever I add these bolts, I try to make sure they're on like their own layer, and I'll place them with other objects, but you don't ever want to join them, because what happens is you're like, oh, this is awesome, and you throw it into one of your other objects where you probably have subdivision surface going on, and as soon as that hits these guys, yeah, it pretty much destroys them. So you don't want to join these to anything that has subsurface division going on. At least I have not, because it ruins them, and you think you're all done and everything's awesome, and it looks like crap. So just don't do it. Alright, where are we at here? We're gonna go back, put in this magical little cylinder piece. So again, I don't have the super great reference photos, so a couple of you I know just hopped in. We're just kind of going for believability. I'm not trying to make actual car engine parts or anything like that. I just need a good form. I'm going to pull this guy. And you can see kind of, this picture's hard to zoom in. It's probably not showing up great for you guys either, but I'm going to make kind of this guy, this cylinder here. It's going to kind of extend out this way. So we got a couple rocket finny pieces going on. We'll bring it out to about here, and then we're going to run a tube out of that down in there. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, throw a picture of your robot or share it, or if you're going to be streaming it, I'm sure lots of us like to hop around and see what everybody's working on, so feel free to throw up a picture if you have a question on a area or something that we might be able to help with. There's lots of people to help out. Robots are awesome. I just did a BB-8. Throw a picture of my BB-8 down here in the corner. Let's see. This was my most. There's my most recent render of BB-8 down there in the corner. I did him before all the hype, of course, for the movie. I think I did BB-8, I did an X-Wing, all kinds of stuff. Hey man, that's where we're all at, so that's awesome. It's cool to talk to other modelers, and it's especially cool having oh, thanks. I can't really do any rendering on the stream because it just kills my current computer, so I'm trying to stick to just modeling on here, but I really want to, I should have my new machine in a couple weeks, and I do a lot of node setups and texturing and stuff that I'd like to do on here too. Alright, let's get rid of this grease pencil. That's just to highlight kind of the plan. I like to use that to sketch out sort of where I'm going in my head on a project like this where I don't have blueprints or great points of reference. I'm taking a lot of artistic freedom to make it however the heck I want. not gonna fill that in just yet, because if I run a tube out of that or something, we may not even need to, but I think that's gonna drop out the bottom, so I guess I will fill it in. Did I greeble on the panel sections or just texture? Well, hang on, I'll open it up real quick and show you. That sounds interesting. I'm all about a motorcycle brake, and we'll come back to this. But let me open BB-8 and give you a quick rundown on what I did. Open. There's all my projects, so I've done a lot. BB-8. So he's kind of a mix. Oh yeah, let me hide this. Let me hide this layer. I had, you know, I made a version of him streaming, which I can't render it right now, but Go Big Red for the Huskers before they won the bowl game. I used BB-8 to make a little cool sign for him, but as far as the modeling of BB-8 goes, get the screen down here. So this guy, his body is comprised of just, you know, these panels here, and you know, to simplify them, I you know, mirrored this. This panel for BB-8 is actually mirrored on the X, Y, and Z axis. So for the smooth white part, you know, I only had to make one thing. And that all started with a sphere, and then I just busted out the panels, separated them, and then mirrored them across. And I took the inside of that and made these orange pieces. These panels here I did actually model. They just kind of look a little better. I haven't gone back and finished all the detail on the gray parts, but I did actually model all separate gray. And there's 6 different patterns. You can look them up online. And then for the head, yeah, up there you can see, let me open this. So I modeled a few of the parts, like I stuck in this raised orange ledge, and I put in a couple of random pieces, I guess, whatever you want to say, but those are actual, you know, mesh. But then the rest of him is, I just drew these actually with my mouse. I didn't go into Photoshop or anything. I just texture painted these white lines where I wanted grooves, and then they are applied. Let's see if we can render this enough so that you can see that. So when we add the materials and whatnot to this, you know, to get those bumps, let me add this other modifier on so you can see what I'm talking about. If you guys aren't using this when you're doing texturing, you're missing out, but the Node Wrangler is like the greatest thing ever. So make sure you have Node Wrangler installed, or just select it at least. And then when you're playing with your materials, you can hold Shift and Control, you know, at any step along the node to see what that node's actually